afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ravali.
Could you please share your screen
Yes,
and
Ravali.
open activity guide document? Go through the topics in activity guide
Okay, Ravali.
and walk me through. Over to you,
Okay.
Sudheer.
Yeah, thanks, Ravali. Is it my screen is visible, Ravali?
Yeah, I'm able to see your
Yes.
screen.
Yes. The topic is that managing security. And going to the documentation, here we have to log in with the credential which was given by the client. And second one is that on the home page, select the navigator and then click on dimension. Make sure the account dimension is selected in the dimension field and select the account which you created earlier in the practice of 5.2. I mean, earlier we have been created the total account member in under the account dimension, and we have to select the total account and then click the assign access icon from the action drop down. And after that, now go to the group tab and click the add access icon. After that, select the service administrator group and give right access, then click add. Then click OK, close the dialog box. Now I will show these options in the navigation part and click on the navigator and select dimension. Under dimension, I have been created previously this total account. You have to select the total account and select action. Under that, some drop down will come. Under that, you can see the assign access. You have to select the assign access. Click on that, and you have to select the group. Under the group, you have to select the plus option. Here you have to assign some role as a service administrator. Click on service administrator, and the type of access you have to select the right access and click on right and add. Yes, successfully we have been added for the access to the account dimension of total account and close. And that's the process of adding the access to the account dimension under the total account. And coming to back to the documentation here. Now next select the entity dimension and select the entity en01 underscore 05, and repeatedly we have to give the access for that particular member en01 and 05, and repeated the step for 5 to 6 to grant a right permission on en01 and 05 and en01 underscore 02. What we have done for the account dimension for total account, we have to done same process for the entity under these members en01, 05 and en001 and 06. I will show you in the navigation. And select the entity. Under entity, you have to select the total geography. Under that en0, under that you have to select the segment. Here en01. For en01, 05 and en001 and 06, for that we have to give the access. For that, first of all, you have to select the en01, 05 and click on access. Click on access. Some drop down will come. Select the assign access. After that, you have to select the plus. You have to select the group option, group tab, and select plus icon. Under that, you have to select the service administrator, and you have to give the right access. Then click on add. Successfully, we have been added the assign access for the en0105. Same process we have to do for the en01 underscore 06. Click on that and select action, and you have to select the assign access. Same process, you have to select the group and select the plus option and select the service administrator, and type of access you have to select right and add. That's the process of adding access to the particular dimension for the entity and account dimension. Close. And coming back to the documentation, this portion has been completed. The next topic is that the define the valid intersection. Valid intersection is nothing but it is like a filter. We can select a particular, for example, the client has given big data. Under that, you have to select particular only en01. By the valid intersection, you can filter it and you can trigger the only particular en01 member only. And coming to this slide, this document, login with the APM cloud is necessary. In the home page, click on application cluster and then click the valid intersection card. After selection of valid intersection card, click create, and there you have to assign some name for create the valid intersection. And after that click on okay okay after that click on the down arrow to select the anchor dimension and then select account dimension. Under the account dimension you can see this type of under the anchor dimension you can see this type of dimension will be visible. You have to select some particular dimension. In this you have to select the account and now click on add dimension to make the combination with another dimension. And this is the anchor dimension. You should add the another non-anchor dimension. For that you have to select add dimension. Under that you have to select entity, and now to create the rule, click add rule. Then the rule will be created. Under the rule you have to select this arrow symbol, a down arrow symbol. After that switch to option income and hit entity, then select the result by the clicking it. And up to here, up to this option I will show you in the navigation. Okay, come back. Okay, here you have to select the navigator, and under application you can see the valid intersection card will be there. You have to select the valid intersection, and these are the predefined valid intersections. uh, based on the documentation we have to create one valid intersection. For that you have to select create, and here you have to select the particular dimension. Based on the documentation you have to select account. After that you have to select the add dimension. You have to select as entity, and after that we have to select add rule. One column will be add for the particular dimension. And coming to account, you have account, select account, edit. Here you have to select the which one, operating income. Correct. Operating, is it any underscore is there for that? No. Okay, income, search. Yeah, the number has been came. You have to select the tick option and click on go. The member has been added for the account dimension. Coming back to the documentation, after that select account. Okay, if the member will be not there, you have to select these options. But I have the particular member, so there is no need to add these members for the account dimension. Coming to the 13th point. Now go to the entity tab and search for en01. And the next, coming to the next slide. Come to next slide, and the click the functions selector for the en01, and you have to select it as a I descendant for the particular en01. Remove the entity from the selection as drop in the step 11 and 12. In case it is a part of selection, we have to select en01 and click on OK, and finally save and close. These options I will show you in the navigation. Further, click on entity and edit. Here we have to select the en01, select the segment. Here you can see the en01 is there. Select en01. Sorry. And for en01 we have to do this I descendant. For that you have to select the fx, and here I descendant is there. You have to select that one, then click on OK. After that you have to save and close the valid intersection. Yes, successfully we have done the valid intersection. Come back. Yeah, that's the process of adding the valid intersection part in the valid intersection. And coming back to the documentation, the next topic is that loading data using data management. It is nothing but as a data management. Come to the data management. Okay, in this practice, in order to set up or run a data load from the data management, you will start by the creation of importing format if the source and the target are defined. And coming to the task, we have to log in with the credential. After that, we have to select the navigator icon and then select the data management. It will be under the integrations. You have to select the data management, then now select the setup tab and then click import format. I will show you in the navigation that what. And come back to the home page and click on navigator. Here you can see the data management will be there, and under the integration select the integration word and select the setup. Okay, coming back to the navigation. Yeah, there you can see the import format will be there. Come to the next tab. Okay, and click add to the create a new import format. After the adding, you have to give this particular which was mentioned in the documentation, like name, description, file type, file delimited. This type of option we have to assign for the particular import format. Okay, I will create in the application what was there in the documentation. I will prepare same like as in the documentation. For that, you have to select the application. So you have to select the data management, import format, click on add. For clicking add, you can see this option will be created. Here we are. Before I have been created for this, I will rechange the particular formation as I'm taken here. Yeah, as I'm taken as a, come to the documentation. Here they have been taken as a IF FCCS, and description is that import the format to the load data, and delimited is that number of data pipe save. Similarly, for IF FCCS, I have been taken as a FCCS data import. I taken as name as this, like this. And coming to the source is file, and file type is a delimited data, all data type. And coming to the pipe, you can see these type of files will be this type of file delimited will be available. I selected pipe because in the data the underscore will be there. So for that I have been taken some pipe, and after that select documentation, and after that the source file dm data import text is available in the lab folder. The particular folder that they had been in the documentation, they didn't provide the particular data. For that we have been created one more data, similar same data we have been created for that. I will show you the data, just a second. The data management have been created the dm data. This is the data which I will import present right now in the data management. And this one is coming, this first row is that account, and the en01 is coming, en01 as entity, and this is the moment dimension, and this is the product dimension, and this is the intercompany, and this is the local gap, and this is coming to the data, and this is the data source. I have been created this for this text format to import in the data management. I will import this format into the application. In the data management, I will show you how to import this data into the data management. I will show you. For that, first going back to the documentation, based upon this field, I have been created in the data management. I will show you it. Second. Okay. See here, based upon the fields have been created. For account, I given as 1, and coming to data, I given 7, and data source I given as 8th field. Why? Because the data source is under 8, so I given 8. Here you can see that the managing data is the data source, so I given as a field number 8 for that. And entity, you have seen that entity in under second field, so I given as entity 2. Similarly, I given this name for the fields to the particular document for the file intercompany and empty and cap and product. Click on save. Yes, successfully have been saved the import format. After that, you have to select the location option. Location, I will show you in the documentation the process. And after the giving the fields, click on save. Completed. This process has been completed. Come to the next slide and click on location in the setup tab, and after that click add to the new location. Enter the field details, name as location. You can give whatever you want to, you can give in the, but you not is not mandatory at what was there in the documentation. You can give what you want to, you can give for the particular location. And import format has to be in the what we, when I'm creating application, I has given as a FCCS S2, so I should select as a this this format. And after that click on save. Okay, coming back to the documentation application, click on data management. Come to location. Here have been created a name as a FCCS data location, and import format is coming to import format, which I have been created for import format. Previously have been created for import format FCCS data import. I have been taken the particular member. And coming to the functional currency, I had taken entity currency, source is file, and target should be, why? Because we are taking data, so we have to select the application only. For that, you have to select FCCS S2, and after that, click on save. Okay. Then coming back to the documentation, uh, after the creation of location, click location FCCS to change the POV, and after that enter the following details and location, and period is to be in John 20. This is also, it is not mandatory. You can select which year period you want to select. You can select in the navigation. I didn't enable the 2020. I have been taken as a 2021 December. I will take that dimension, that period in the application. After that, now perform the mapping for the account dimension. Click the like mapping tab, then enter the following details by the clicking add. And after the process, now select the entity from the drop down, and you have to select the each dimension, and you have to give the like mapping like a star to star. And you can assign the rule name whatever you want to, you can assign in the rule name. After assigning the rule name, click on save mapping. After that, you have to select the data load rule in the workflow tab. Under that you have to select the plus option, and you have to assign some folder for that. In here they has given us a DL for FCCS, and coming to description, data load rule for the FCCS, and click on save. After that, you have to execute. After the execution, you have to select this particular option which will shown in the application. I will show you in the while navigation. I will show you the each and every option. After that, click select and order to provide the details for the import file. After that process, once you click on select, the file explorer will be open. When you click upload, your source files will be uploaded into the source file. After that, you have to execute. After execution the process, you have to select the refresh option. While refreshing, the data will be refreshed and it will be added to the data management. When you can see the tick option will be there, then only the data has been added to successfully. The data has been added to the data management. After adding that, you have to select the workbench flow. Under that, you can see the three phrases will be visible. And I will show you in the directly in the navigation option these options. Click on the data management. Yeah, these two options have been created. One is the import format and another one is location. After that, you have to select the workflow, and under workflow you have to select the data load mapping. We have to create some mapping for the particular form or data, and click on like means like map. It is a one type of mapping. You have to select like, and yeah, you have to change first. You have to change the location which you have been created for the particular data. Search, and you have to reset and search. As recently created for the location as a FCCS data location, you have to select the data location and click on OK. I taken as a period as a December 30. Click on OK. Yeah, yeah. Here you can see what we selected for the particular. Here in the import format, we given the field numbers, right? Based on upon the dimension will be shown under this data load mapping. For each and every dimension, you have to give the star and star to here in source value you have to give star, and target value you have to give star. And coming to the rules name, I given as a SSA as like a account. Similarly, I given for each and every dimension. For entity, I given as a star to star and entity. And coming to the from currency, I given star to star. From currency, I didn't take in the field number, so you should not give any star to star assign. You should not assign any value in here. Coming to the intercompany, star to star, I given as ICP as intercompany. And similarly, you have to fill each and everything. I accept the from currency. Then click on save. Okay, your changes has been saved successfully. I created the data load mapping. After the data load mapping, you have to select the data load rules. Yeah, I created as a FCCS data DL. While selecting the plus option, the folder will be open. Under that, you have to give these access as a FCCS data DL. DL means nothing but data load, and category should be in action. Here only you should import. Here you should give the import format as a previously I created this import format as FCCS data import. I taken as that one, and here you have to assign the particular file to import the data into data management. For that, you have to select the file name and select here. You can while uploading you have to select which file you have to select. You have to select the particular file, and after selection this type of after selection which was created for that option, that text format will be shown under the form. I uploaded this text format in this form. Click on that and click on OK. Yeah, successfully I added the text folder, and after that you have to execute. Click on execute. You have to select this each and every option. Import from source. When you select the import from source, the recalculation also will be added. And when you select the target export to target, the export check also will be added. And starting period is December 30. When I taken the data load mapping, I have taken as a December 30, so I will take December 30. And period also December 30. And import format I select as replace, and the export mode have been taken as a merge. And click on run. uh, after that, click on refresh until the tick option will become. If there is an error, it will come as a red color as a into. If it is the data is correct format, it will show as a tick option in green color. Until that you have to refresh it. Yeah, here the tick option has been there. After that, you have to select the data load bench or workbench. See here, you can see that three features have been came here: import and valid and export. This is a process of importing the data for the data management. And coming to the documentation, and here after that we have to show the data as in the forms. Otherwise, we can show in the directly in the Excel format also what we have been imported for the data management. I will show you in the navigation part. And coming back to the data management here, and select setup. Sorry, here you can see the download template will be there. Under that you can see the refresh, and this is the Excel format. Previously, I think I've been created. I have been downloaded for the particular member. You can see in the journal format also. Yeah, here you can see the option is there for the Excel, export to the Excel. From here you can export the particular data and you can view what we have imported for the particular data management. Click on open. Okay. Yeah, previously you haven't seen, I've been created for the text format. Now you can see in the .csv format it has been created. See, these data have been imported for the data management. That's the process of adding the data to the data management. And coming back to the documentation, this process has been completed. And practice for the managing data. Here you can learn how to import the data from the file. For that you have to give the credential for the login purpose, and after that you have to select the application. Under that you have to select the overview, and the action option you can see the import data will be there, and click and create. Now browse the file on the system, and file name should be in import data.csv and .lab. This data has been not provided by the in the document. So just I will show you the format of how to import the data. I will show you this process in the navigation. For that, click on application and click on overview. After that, click on action, click on add, click on create. Here here you have to fill the each and every one. We have to select as location as local, a file type as a comma delimited, and I taken as import mode as a merge, and assumption type is none. And here you have to select the particular folder, which folder you want to validate into this form, this data. So you can click on OK, and it is not mandatory. After that you have to validate. After validation you have to import the after that you have to import the particular data to the dimension. After that, close. After this process you can see whether the data has been added to the successfully has been added to the dimension, or whether to for that we have to check for jobs. Under the job you can see the member will be when the option will be shown as a tick mark as completed, then only the data has been added to the dimension. That's the process of adding the data to the dimension. And coming back to the copying and clearing data, and we have to log in with the credential and click on home page, and we have to select the overview. Under that we have to select the action option. There you can see these options will be there. Copy data. For that you have to give the this type, you have to fill this for which was given by the documentation. Based on documentation you have to fill the form. I will show you in the navigation for that. And coming back and select application and select overview and click on action. Select copy data. For the preview have been created based upon the documentation. I will show you. Yeah. Coming to the documentation, here scenario should be in actual. The target also should be in actual. And coming to year should be in FY20. I taken as a FY21. And period is Jan, and the target is Jan, and entity should be in EN01 and 05. And this data should be copied for this data now. For that I taken as entity EN01 as 06 here for the target one. this is source one, this is the target one. It will trigger to the particular en01, that what the data will be there for the en05, that data will be added to the en01 and en05. And coming to the data source, you have to select FCCS data input, and based upon this one, I will select the navigation and see. For a scenario, I selected as actual, and target also selected actual. And here I have, for here I taken FY21. Here also I taken as a FY21, and coming to period, I have taken John, and here I will take as John. And coming to entity, I taken as a en0. Entity is en01 underscore 05, and here you have to assign as a en01 06. Click on OK. Coming to dimension, FCCS data input, and click on run and save. That's the process of adding the copy data. And coming to the clear data, I will show you the navigation part. After that, okay, run. I shown you, right? After that, the job, okay. I will show you in the job code. Yes. Submitted, right? Come back and select shops. Yeah, the copy data has been added successfully. Coming back to the documentation, to verify the data, to verify the data has been copied to the en01, click the data card on the application on the home page. And this is every process you can see in the next process only. And for the next process is that to clear the data from the home page, go to home page, and select overview in the application cluster and select the clear data under the action. Under the action, you can see the clear data will be there. There, what you have mentioned for the particular copy data, same data I will create it for the clear data. Then only what I have given for the particular account for the copy data, that data will be clear and it will show empty. And yeah, after giving the particular dimension, then click run. After that, you have to following steps to verify the data has been cleared or not will be shown in the en01.06 in the forms. Okay, directly I will show you in the direct navigation part. Okay, come back. Okay. Okay, select the overview. Select overview, click on action, clear data, select create. Here you have to assign the particular data which you have been which you want to clear. You have to assign it. Under the scenario, I have been selected actual. Based on document, I will do it. Click on OK. And year 21. OK. Coming to the period, I taken as a John. Okay. And coming to entity, select the segment. Under that en01, select the en016. Click on OK. Data source. Click on total data source, and under that you have to select the total input and elimination. That you have to select the data input and click on OK. Then run. Yes. OK. After that, save as clear. Okay, save, then close. You have whether the data has been cleared, or you, for the checking purpose, you have to select the job and see the clear data has been successfully added. For seeing data, you have to select the navigator and you have to select the data. See, I taken as the intercompany statement by the period. Under that, you have to select the EN06. Click on OK. So particular for that particular data, there is no data for that. That's the process of clearing the data. And coming back to the next process, managing the forms. Come to the managing forms, you have to log in with the credential, and after that you have to select the home page and select the navigator icon cluster and select the forms, and you have to create a certain folder in that. After that, give the name as a data forms and click OK. If you are newly created folder, click create simple form, and after that enter the following details on the properties pages, and name as data entity, and description is this form is used for the data entry. Then click on OK. Okay, I will show you the directly in the navigation, but previously I've been created for that. For that, I had to select the forms which was under the create and manage. Click on that. Yeah, the form has been added. By selecting this plus option, you can add a particular folder by adding something like a, click on OK. Sorry, and okay. See, Sudheer, name of Sudheer has been, one folder has been created. And coming to the documentation, here we have to create a form, right? For that, you have to select the coming back to the navigation. I created a form for that particular form under the data form. See, I have created a data entry form for the particular data for the form portion. I select on the edit option. Based upon the documentation, for the property I has given as a data entry the name, and this coming to description, form is for the data entry. See, based upon the documentation I created. After the properties, then click on next. On the after that, you can see the layout option will be there under the form. On the layout tab, arrange the dimension in the following format by the digging and dropping dimension. In the point of view, you have to put as a view, intercompany, currency, multi-gap, and product. And coming to a page, you have to put as year, period, scenario, consolidation, and data source. And rows, coming to rows, you have to put as a movement and account, and column should be in entity. Based upon only I created a particular this form. And coming to the layer, see, point of view currency, I have been added for the point of view currency, local gap, period, and intercompany and product. In coming to page, years and periods, and scenario, and data source, and intercompany. And coming to the column, coming to the row, I added as a account and movement dimension. For coming to the column, I added as a entity for the particular layered form. Based upon this, see, same what was there in here, I have been selected for that. And now then add 2 more rows. Yeah, here you can see, by selecting this option, right option, you can add the row here. By adding the row, I added 2 rows for the particular movement and account dimension. These 2 rows have been added for the layout. And after that, coming to the next slide, repeat once more. Yeah, I created these 3 rows for the particular layout, and after that, enter the following details in the point of view and dimension by selecting on the icon and as shown as the screenshot. Based on the screenshot, I have been created the layout process. For view, I have given as a period, and currency I given as entity currency, and coming to the intercompany I given as FCCS, no intercompany. Product, coming to product I given as a no product, and multi-gap I given as a FCCS local gap. And it should be look like the following screenshot. Based on this screenshot only I haven't created that one. And coming to the next one, in the space dimension, click the blue down arrow to year and dimension, click edit. By selecting this edit, the after beyond the edit here option, you can see the blue thing, one arrow will be there. We have to select on that. There you can see the edit and add exception and clear options will be there. Click on edit. There you have to add the functional. There you have to add the children's. For here you have to select the in effects, you have to select as a children. Similarly, you have to select for each and every scenario, consolidation period and data source what was there in the form. You have to select the same format, you have to select in the layout, and it should be look like a following screenshot. Same what was there in the screenshot only I have been created for that. See, for page I have been created same what was there in the screenshot. I have been created the same process in here only. And coming to the 11th point, now enter the following details in the row and column and row movement dimension. Search for change due to the issue of stock in the search box and select entity. Coming to the next page and select the member and select the right arrow, then click on OK. And based on this format I created that one. See, I will show you. For this is the movement dimension, this is the account dimension. For each one I have been selected what was there in the documentation. I select a plus on this arrow button and click on this edit option. I added as a change due to the issue of stock for the particular account for a movement dimension, sorry, account dimension. Click on for movement dimension, click on OK. Similarly, added for each and every account and movement dimension what was there in this particular table format. For row one we have to add the change due to the issue of stock, and account is that column stock. See, issue of stock, and here I added this particular contribution stock here. Same, based on that we I added one thing. Coming to the account, the 4,000 the account value was not there in the account, so I have been taken as a 3,000 for that. See, 3,350, and similarly I taken for the next account as 7,000. In here there's this one is there, but 4,000 was not there, so I have been taken as a 3,315. And for entity, children consolidation entity, based on this format I created the layout. And yeah, these are has been completed. See, for each point of view page and rows and columns based on the documentation I've been created, and give the name as consolidation data from yes, completed. Yeah. Now go to the layout tab and delete the row and entity. Okay, now move on the dimension, column and row, and now change the member of following dimension step by step, and based on 11th step you have to create this. Yeah, created. And make the following changes of POV dimension members, view the FCCS YTD and intercompany top and currency parent entity, and click on save. Okay. Okay, after that, assign the access for the particular which form have been created. We have to give the access for that. Log into the EPM cloud and cloud. After that, select the data entry form and click on assign access icon. After that, you have to select the drop down of action. Under that, you can see the action assign access option will be there. Click on that, and after that, you have to give the row. You have to select the plus option, and you have to assign as a service administrator and write access for the particular form, and click on add. After that, you have to close the box. and I will show you directly in the navigation option. For that, I've been created this one, right? After that, coming back, finish. Okay, yeah, I created this data entry, right? For that, you have to select this one and click on action, or you can see directly, you can see the action access is directly shown in the particular form. Click on that and select group and click on plus option and click on service administrator, and you have to give the right access for the particular form. Then when you give right access only, you can edit the particular form. Then if you put in read option, just you can view only, you can't edit. For that, you have to select the right access and click on add. Okay, close. Successfully we have been completed the documentation. Yeah, the process has been completed. Over to you, Ravali.
Thank you, Sudhir.
Yeah, thank you, Ravali.